Y'all, welcome back to Coach's Corner. It's about dang time, isn't it? I know y'all thought I had just abandoned you. Well, I haven't, but here we go. All right, so when I first started Coach's Corner, I did this with the intention of keeping y'all up to date with my health journey because I was kind of starting over, and with giving y'all some tips from a coach's perspective, because I realized what I always did with my Let's Cook a Lean and Green and what I eat in a day, all I did was really focus on the food. I mean, every now and then I'd throw in a tip here and there, but mostly I focused on the food. Well, what I learned in my own journey is it's way more than food. It's way more than what we eat. All right, so here's the deal. I do not want Coach's Corner to be about my journey, okay? Two reasons. One, this is the main reason. My journey is a rocky road, you guys. I started this program in 2019. Y'all know that. I lost 60 pounds by November of 2019. I kept it off, did great. April 2020, pandemic, lots of stress. In 2020, I gained 23 pounds. I got back on plan, officially really got back on plan in April of 2021, just a few months ago. And y'all, it's been up and down, up and down, up and down. Here's what I want y'all to understand. My journey from this point forward is a lot more to do with me mentally than it is to do with food at all. I know what to do on the 5-in-1. I know how to cook a lean and green, you guys. I know all of those things. What I have to figure out is how to get on the other side of food addiction, because that is what I'm struggling with. I know that this program can do it. I've seen it work for people who are serious food addicts. So I'm starting to dig deep, you guys. But I have not gotten on here and done the Coach's Corner mainly, well, two reasons. One, I've just been crazy busy. We had convention. Then when I got back from convention, I had so much to do at the tutoring center. And even before that, just getting ready to go to convention. So there has been a little bit of that logistics, just trying to find the time. But if I'm gonna be honest, which I always try to be with you guys, it's because I didn't want to get on here and give you my update. I want to get on here and say, I reached my goal, you guys. I lost the 23 pounds. Look at me. No, I'm not there yet. But y'all, the only reason I don't want to get on here and not give you that news, it's not because I think y'all are going to look at me and go, what a loser. I mean, there's a little of that, I won't lie. But mostly because I don't want it to be a detriment to this amazing program. I don't want anybody to look at this and say, well, it's not working for her. That's not true. If it weren't for Optavia, if it weren't for Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, y'all, I would already weigh 215 pounds again. That was the heaviest I've ever been. I started at 205 on Optavia. Y'all, I know myself, and I know that's where I would be. So I'm far from that. So I don't want anyone to ever say, oh, that program didn't work for her. It is working. I'm just not one of those straight people that just go, start at point A, finish at point B. Mine's more like this, okay? But I want these Coaches Corners to be about the program, because whether I follow it very well or follow it very poor or somewhere in between, I do know how to coach it. I do know what the program is. So, or I thought I knew how to coach it. I thought I knew what I was doing until I went to convention and found out, wow, I have been doing a few things wrong. So let me back up. That's what I want this Coach's Corner to be primarily about. I want to give y'all my biggest takeaway from convention. Y'all. Okay, so there was this part. So convention's a lot of things. You go, you fellowship with other coaches and clients from all over the country. It's really awesome. You get to meet people. It's very exciting. You get to hear from some of the top leaders in the country who were clients to start with, became coaches, and have built fantastic businesses just helping people transform their lives. And so that's always exciting to hear their stories, where they started, how they got where they are. That's always very inspiring. But the highlight is we get to hear from Dr. Anderson himself. He always comes in person and speaks to us. And y'all, he did something this time that was so cool. He did a live question and answer for 2 hours on the stage. And the way they did it, we were able to text in our questions, and then those questions just randomly came up on like a little monitor for him to answer. And y'all, it was very impromptu. Nothing was scripted, okay? Y'all, OMG, as they say. So he was just up there answering the questions. It was, and I'll be honest, most of the questions and answers, I was like, oh yeah, I've read that. Yeah, I knew that. Mm-hmm. And then came this question. Dr. A, what is your favorite fueling hack? Y'all, he looked like a deer in headlights. I'm gonna say real quick, if you're my client, you probably have heard this story because I've told it because y'all, my gosh, he truly looked so confused. He read it again. It was so obvious. He didn't have a clue what a fueling hack is. All right, let me explain what a fueling hack is. A fueling hack is taking the fuelings, there's different programs. The one that most people are on is the 5 and 1. And what that means is you eat 6 times a day, you eat 5 fuelings, which are meal replacements that Optavia does sell, okay? And then the 1 is your lean and green. So if you've watched my What I Eat in a Day, you've seen this. So a fueling hack is taking one of these fuelings and hacking it, changing it in some way. And there's a couple ways you can do that. One way is to just cook it different. For instance, the brownie. You can cook the brownie in the microwave in the little ramekin or in the oven. Either way, add your water, mix it up, put it in the microwave, put it in the oven. You can also waffle it. People love waffling their fuelings. So you get these little, they're called Dash. It's a mini waffler is what it is. And they're the perfect size for a fueling because they're tiny. And people like to waffle things. All right, that's a fueling hack. But that's a fueling hack that does not alter the macros, the formula of the fueling, okay? The other way to hack a fueling is to add things to it, add ingredients. Like I've seen people put cream cheese in their shakes to make them creamier. I've seen people put artificial sweeteners and all kinds of things into their fuelings to change it, completely change it, okay? All right, when he walked to the edge of the stage and somebody explained to him what a fueling hack is, he walked back, y'all, very determined, and he said, why are you hacking the fuelings? Who's hacking the fuelings? Quit hacking the fuelings, you guys. It's a formula. It's scientifically formulated. When you hack it, you mess with that formula and you mess with the program, and guess what? You're gonna mess with your results. You could have heard a pin drop. Because all those, just in my group, we were all like, oh, we just got in trouble. That's how I felt. I felt scolded. But at the same time, you guys, I felt empowered because I thought, wait a minute, really? Really? We're not, okay. So here's my little disclaimer. Most people hack their fuelings with a condiment, okay? We don't hack our fuelings with, or you shouldn't hack your fuelings with non-plan approved products. So most people are gonna hack their fueling. You've seen me do it. I've hacked my chocolate shake with PB2 powder. That's a plan approved optional snack, okay? You've seen me put syrup in my oatmeal. Once again, plan approved condiment. So I'm not telling y'all that you cannot hack your fuelings with plan approved things. I'm just passing on what Dr. Anderson said. And I do give this advice all the time to my clients. I tell y'all, especially in the beginning, don't hack your fuelings. 2 reasons. 1, your palate needs time to adjust to the flavor, to the taste, to the minerals, the vitamins, the plant protein, because it does taste different, okay, than what we're used to. The second reason is it just allows room for error, because if you're not tracking those condiments and optional snacks like you should, it's easy to overuse them. But Dr. Anderson said something that really kind of made me go, He said, you're messing with the formula. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna put that to the test. So this is what I did, y'all. Y'all know my journey, like that. Okay, so yes, I had gained some weight from May, from my last Coach's Corner. I had put some of that weight back on before I went to convention. And then while I was at convention, y'all, there were a few nights we ate out, and sometimes I did make really good choices and sometimes I didn't. And so Monday morning I got back and I got myself on the scale and went, oh snap. And so yes, now some of that I know was water weight, because carbs. But I thought, okay, all right, Dr. Anderson, I am gonna put listen to me, like I'm gonna put his words to the test. The man wrote the program. Seriously. But anyway, I thought, okay, does it really matter? Does it really matter? Okay, so y'all, that first week back from convention, I didn't hack one fueling. I kept my condiments for my lean and greens. I kept my lean and greens extremely simple, not using any recipes, because like casserole recipes, because it's easy. If you're making a casserole and it's like 4 servings, and it may be a perfect lean and green, but when you divide it up, all of a sudden it might not be. So I didn't even do that, y'all. I got all my water in, did everything else like I'm supposed to do. And I lost 6.6 pounds that week. That's the most I've ever lost in a week. Yeah. That's why I'm down now again. I did have an off week last week and didn't have a loss. When I say an off week, that means I went off plan, just so you know. And y'all, here's what I'm gonna say about that. I said this to Scott the other day when it happened. And it was just a stupid thing, but I told him, I said, what is wrong with me, honey? I said, I came to this great realization, wow, if you really follow it, just like Dr. Anderson said, it works like phenomenally well. I was feeling great. And then this is what happened. My grandson came to stay, and we didn't have any food in the house really that he wanted. Kids like snacks, let's just be real. So Scott took him to the grocery store. He got him some chips. Y'all, my thing is not sweets. That's not my Achilles heel. Salty, crunchy is my Achilles heel. And he got him salt and vinegar potato chips. Well, he may as well just put a stick of dynamite in my hand. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's a real temptation for me. So I just had just a few. Y'all, I read a book a long time ago called It Starts With Food, and it's the Whole30 program. If you're not familiar with it, look into it. It's really amazing. But anyway, I read this book a long time ago, and she had a phrase in there, and she referred to foods that are hard to stop eating. Like once you start eating them, she calls them food with no breaks. Anything like tortilla chips, popcorn, potato chips, those are my food with no breaks. And just a couple of little potato chips caused a spiral for me over a 3-day period. And I'm back in control now. But y'all, that's what it truly is, getting back in control. And I was so mad at myself. And I said to Scott, I'm like, what is wrong with me? It's like for the past year, almost, it feels like not year, but ever since April, let's say, when I really got back into control, lost 9 pounds in a month, was doing good, felt like, okay, finally I'm gonna get to the other side of this again. It's like I go 3 or 4 weeks and I'm great. And then I spiral out for a week and gain weight back. And then I have to lose that. And then I go great for 3 weeks. And then I'm like, what is wrong with me? And my very smart husband looked at me and he said, well, honey, it sounds like you've created a habit. And I said, what? And he said, it sounds like you've created a habit. You know what you're always talking about, because he hears me talking to my clients about these habits that you create and how you have to create new habits. It sounds like you've created a new habit of being on plan for 3 or 4 weeks and then going off that 4th or 5th week, and then getting on plan for 3 weeks and going off that 4th week. He said, isn't that what you said, you've done it over and over? And I was like, yeah. God, y'all, that's exactly what I did. So, determined to create the new habit of not stopping until I get to the other side of this. All right, so that was my biggest takeaway from convention was keep it super simple. Don't hack the fuelings. Don't hack the program. Y'all, it's a formula and it works fantastic. And then I'm gonna leave y'all with this one little antidote. I don't know, this is just kind of a catching up Coach's Corner. I'm gonna do a lot more of these, y'all, and I'm gonna get into some real tips, we're gonna go through the elements, we're gonna go through the life book, we're gonna go through the habits of health, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of this program, y'all. That's my goal, that's my plan. But here I'm gonna leave you with this one little story. So I have this client, I won't use her name, but I have this client and she's fantastic. And she has also become a coach now, and she is a rock star of a coach, and I knew she would be because she embraced this program so well. Well, she lost almost 40 pounds on it, y'all, and she lost it pretty quick. And I thought, wow, and this is a client, you guys, that the week before she transitioned, she lost 3 pounds, 3.2 to be exact. So that means when she had very little, she only had 3 pounds to lose, she lost 3.2. So the idea of getting close to your goal and slowing down, getting close to your goal and plateauing did not apply. And I thought, wow. And I had said to her over and over, you know, your body just really responds so well to this program, better than any I've ever seen. Definitely better than mine, ha, ha, ha. You know, always said those things to her. And she and I became good friends. And so I would share with her sometimes my struggles. She always just encouraged me. And she would give me little tips like, try a shake day to get things moving. Sometimes that really helps, you know, to get the scale moving a little quicker, you know, do a shake day, things like that. But what she never told me was this, what I'm about to tell you. So when I got back from convention and I did that 1 week and lost 6.6, she was the first person I called. And I was like, I cannot believe it. I did it, and listen to my results. And I told her, she said, well, what did you do different? So I told her. Do y'all know what she said to me? Don't she have the gall to say to me? She said, well, Melissa, that's how I've always done the program. I said, what? She said, I never hacked a fueling. I always used my condiments and my lean and green and hardly ever used an optional snack unless I really needed it. Oh. Well, there you go. Y'all, so what that told me was it wasn't that her body responded any better than anybody else's. She just followed the program better than most of us. Light bulb went on. All right, look, it's not about being better or being worse. It's just about really trusting that this program works, and it works the way it's supposed to when, guess what? You do it the way you're supposed to. So that's what I'm trying to do now. As always, do it the way I'm supposed to, y'all. Just do it the way I'm supposed to. We've got this saying, and I've said it a million times, modified plan equals modified results. So let's just see how quick I can get to my goal. And I'm not going to tell y'all anymore. I'm not going to give y'all any more updates about my weight. I'm not going to say I gained. I'm not going to say I lost. Y'all be able to tell if I start putting on weight. If you hear me say in my try-ons, I think the dryer shrunk this, you know, All joking aside though, I'm not. But when I do reach my goal, you guys, I will get on here and celebrate with you guys. My YouTube family, I love y'all so much. I hope you found something in this Coach's Corner to be helpful for you. You know, I just want to leave y'all with this. It's really simple. The first time I went to my doctor after I'd been on plan for 3 months, I hadn't lost a whole lot at that point because I'm me and I was not following it like I should. But I had lost enough that there was a difference. But the biggest difference was my numbers, my blood sugar to be exact. And my doctor was ecstatic because I had a normal A1C, okay? And that was from the weight loss and that was from eating properly, okay? So when I explained the program to her, she started to say, do you want me to explain the magic? And then she said, no, wait, do you want me to explain the science behind this? And then she proceeded to explain the science behind why it was working and begged me to keep doing it. that's basically what Dr. Anderson was saying. This program is truly based in science, like none other, like none other. And so, like my daughter always says, it's like a science experiment. And if you tweak it, you might blow up the lab. So let's don't tweak it, guys. Let's do it right. All right, guys, until we get back together again for our next Coach's Corner or unboxing or let's cook a lean and green, whatever you watch, whatever next video you might see, until we get back together again, you guys just stay safe. Y'all stay well, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.